Hi, BenBen here. Ronan Farrow and I have teamed up with Calvin Klein to create this limited edition Balloons for Africa underwear. Beautiful. For centuries, white privileged tourists have floated above the apartheid and famine of the dark continent on luxurious hot air balloons, laughing and berating the African children whose teary eyes gaze up from the dirt below. No more. Every time you purchase a Balloons for Africa edition undergarment from Calvin Klein, return postage is included, so that once your balloon has been filled to capacity with your flatulence, you can send it to an African child longing to float in the clouds. With your help, and the help of your fart balloon, dreams will take flight. Thank you. Welcome to the BenBen Show. I'm your host. This episode of the BenBen Show is brought to you by a new cologne by Creed, Sinatra's love child. Yeah, but can you croon? We're drinking, my friend, to the end. Sorry. We're also brought to you by Hillary Clinton's new women's initiative, Believe Women by Hillary. I'm going to get sure I get this quote right. The allegations of Juanita Broderick, Leslie Malou, Paula Jones, Kathleen Willey, Gloria Steinem, among others, against my husband Bill are unsubstantiated trash. Having said that, all the allegations against Governor Cuomo raise serious questions. I'm glad to see there will be a full, independent, and serious investigation. Hillary, she's just always there for the women. Oh, I'm so good for the women. Oh my. She's not there for the women. Not there for her daughters. Not necessarily there for anyone on both sides of the argument. HBO. It's not TV, it's HBO, but it's also biased journalism. I mean, the other side of this is really a big deal. I talked about it the other day. Farrow v. Allen. Farrow v. Ronan. Ronan v. Allen makes more sense. It's really just like his, get my dad. Get him. You don't do this documentary. I'm going to tell people what you do with your socks when you go to bed at night. Okay, do it. Ronan, calm down. Yeah, do it. It's a 56-year-old man all of a sudden becomes a pedophile. No accusations of this ever. No insinuations. No other women. At 56, he becomes a pedophile. Right after he engages in sexual intercourse with the adult, legally consenting adopted daughter, sexy Asian Soon-Yi of Mia Farrow. Yeah, that's awkward. It's really awkward. I understand, but they've been together for 30 years. Sounds like true love to me. I think even that other sexy Asian in the family, Moses, the son, says, yeah, it's real. My dad's not really, Mia's the abuser. But I digress. Watch the show, read the facts. It's the Titanic. It's already happened. It's already sunk. You can just read it and see for yourself. But there's a whole other side to this that's not being painted by that show. I think HBO is doing a disservice, a societal disservice without having a disclaimer. Because it's so serious, the allegations, yet again, they're just selling puff. Child abuse sells. But I guess collateral damage from child abuse doesn't sell. I became very emotional talking about this the other day on my kind of thoughts on the show thus far. Again, you don't need to watch it till the end because you don't know what happens. In that show, not the facts. The facts are far more complicated and interesting. Namely, if I were a pedophile, or we'll say I like coffee, ice cream, and blueberry pie, I wouldn't do it once. I wouldn't start eating it at 56 and say, that was good, I'm done. It's my favorite thing in the world, though, really good, I'm not gonna do it again. And it wouldn't happen, I don't know, there's no direct analogy to this, but you wouldn't say there's any correlation between Soon-Yi and Dylan and the timing of it. Just my mom did the same thing with my dad and their divorce. Horrible divorce. My mom's divorce attorney was Jack Kent Cooke's divorce attorney. Said it was more expensive than Jackie Kent, former owner of the Washington Redskins. Longer, bigger waste of money. It's funny that the lawyer's saying that. He got most of the money. But it's this thing. It's like you hate your husband, you hate your ex, so you're gonna make sure you believe that you're doing a good thing by keeping whatever he did to you is what he's would do to your kids, or it's the same thing. So teach them to stay away, and there's no consequence to that. Well, there is. Ronan Farrow's entire career is based off of that incident. And I don't think that would have, I don't think he would have gotten into the you raped thing. I don't think it would have happened not checking his facts. Like, he's so blatantly doesn't check his facts. He's admitted to the Matt Lauer and the Weinstein thing about some of the, he doesn't go back and look at them. He's got in trouble for that. Really good looking guy. Definitely Frank Sinatra's son. 100 question. Love those lips. Nice DSLs. But, I'm sorry. But, it's just, I'm not saying that Dylan's lying. I believe that she's been manipulated by Mia, and you have to watch and just compare it to the court file. But you're not going to do that, are you? That's the problem with social media. That's the problem with this kind of selling controversy or angst I've talked about in the show. It's so dangerous because you need the cliff notes. We don't have time to read depositions. We have other things going on in our lives. We have our own children to protect, blah, 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 blah. Own things to do, blueberry ice cream, you can't always just eat that and just not have to read about child abuse in court documents. No, I'm, protecting my own, ends and, closing my own ties, making sure the skeletons in the closet stay buried with me. I don't need to read about someone else's. But yeah, it's Woody Allen, of course, rapist, whatever. Imagine if he's a young producer and this was the same scenario. He has no career, his career's over. I'm just saying, it's really messed up. But the fact that he's gotten through Me Too without any issues, really, he could work, has worked. It's because people know in Hollywood, they know, and it's this is ridiculous. Everyone else. I mean, Dustin Hoffman got accused of grabbing a girl's ass once 30 years ago. He got in trouble. Woody, none of the people that are going after those guys are going after Woody. This is like a third tier documentary team. This is not Hollywood's Me Too people going after Woody. It's not the same thing. Not the Chris D'Elia people going after Chris. So I'll get into that in a second. Well, not a second, towards the end, because I've talked about it a million times. But there's something that just came out. Again, it's the way of I've written this story, I've put all this work into it, and the facts mess it up. So I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm only going to show you the facts that fit my nice little, story about two 10-year-old buns, 6-year-old buns, and one 56-year-old meat in the middle, Michael Jackson burger. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Sorry, it's very task. I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. How's the lighting today? I don't know. Technical difficulties. It wasn't Sebastian. Just sorry, throwing in the bus, Sebastian. It wasn't Sebastian. Computer broke, using it as a teleprompter, had to go buy another one. Issues with the solid state hard drive. It's ongoing. I mean, I'm talking about hours and days of trying to figure that. Well, it's technical difficulties. What are you gonna do? Small shop here. It's okay. We'll improve as things get better. But relationships are hard. People say messed up things in relationships all the time that are horrible and disgusting. And I don't want to say hey, you raped my daughter. Sorry, I didn't mean that. You didn't really rape my daughter. I just was upset that you didn't put a coaster on the coffee table when you were drinking your apple juice, Michael, who doesn't drink and is a great father. Just didn't really like that. So I'm sorry I accused you of fucking my stepdaughter. Sorry. Well, sorry. Yeah, people say awful things. But I literally, if I was dating a black girl and I did something really egregious, she's like, "Fuck you, honky, motherfucking cracker." I'm like, she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Did I say that? I'm sorry. I should not have. That's wrong. I shouldn't have gone there. Now, if I said "fuck you," what the fuck I'm gonna say? Because I can't say the word because I just don't feel like it. She'd be like, "What, boy? Fuck you, honky. You want to talk to me like that, motherfucker? Fuck you, cracker." And so I wonder, does that happen? You can go, the N-word doesn't work, but she says honky towards me. Is she gonna apologize? That relationship continue? Probably. But people say messed up things you're a bitch, and then they apologize, and then it just keeps on going. The relationship continues. If I was disabled and my legs didn't work, a paraplegic, and come out of bed in the morning and take the legs and they go like this. You always see the movie they're moving a brick or boxes in a longer SVU. Just so I swing my legs across the bed. I get into the seat and I go where's the wheel? Honey, have you seen my wheel? And then she's like, I don't know. Are you gonna keep seeing Kimberly? Kind of leaning up against the door. She just comes out of nowhere. She was waiting for me to wake up. Kimberly, my physical therapist? Yeah. My physical therapist, the only one we could find because the insurance wouldn't cover anyone else. Yeah, you gonna keep seeing her? I think I have to. If I don't, do I get my wheel back? I don't know. Let's find out. And she just walks off. Passive aggressive shit shouldn't stop because she shouldn't treat me any different because I'm like disabled. Did I do that skit right? I don't know. It could have been better, but like it's just like, you know, treat people as equals, and so like you're gonna say messed up things, but like there's a point you gotta like pull it back. All right, you slept with Sun Yi, you slept with my daughter. All right, but I'm not gonna ruin your life. I think Mia Farrow's rich. Woody's richer, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. You never know these things. People don't know like Tom Brady's like rich, but like Gisele Bundchen, she's rich, but then her family is. I mean, even like I was like Bridget Moynihan. I'm kind of more into that dark hair, and Kels. But yeah, it's like why would you? But yeah, money there. I don't know. So maybe that's it. But I think it's more offensive than that. I don't know. Like Mia Farrow accused him of this. And while she was set to film the lead actress in the movie with Woody, Woody had to hire someone else. He hired Diane Keaton. But Mia was like ready to go and continue the movie with Woody. Before like pre-shoot, she used the actress. She's like, okay, so when does filming start? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, can I get some like you accuse me of the most vile thing? Come on, that's just media. Like she's like it's like selling. Like they're selling, you know? Like that's the thing. Some things you just. It's like like the kids who are like going on after the January 6th thing and talking about their parents. Oh, that's my dad right there. That's my dad right there. By the way, my GoFundMe is please donate to my college fund. Instantly, they get $50,000. Oh, there's my dad. He likes Trump right there in the crowd. See him? Yeah, he has that axe. Yeah, that's him. Also, my GoFundMe, $40,000. This is like breaches of like privacy. It's like. Who am I? Do as you will, but like there's kids involved. Again, there's kids involved, and I don't know. Protect the children. Protect the children. Trump came out to the Conservative Political Action Conference on February 28th, called Biden's first term or first month in office as the worst in modern history. Reminding people that Trumpism is Trumpism. There's no new party set to happen to compete with the Republicans. Don't worry, there's going to be a split to make things difficult. Though I wonder, that would have been really interesting. I feel like there'd be the conservatives would have to like give him something like, hey, stop it, or like let's come to the Republican Party. We'll support you. You want to go 2024? Buck stops with you, buddy. You tell us what you want. We're going to get it for you. Maybe that's what he did. Still hasn't created a social media empire yet or anything like that. I'm like waiting for that one. Like build out that app, man. Get on Parler, do something. Cause like that's bizarre. You're just silent. Maybe there's part of the deal is stay silent. Just like wait till like a volcano. Out of nowhere, he just sets up something. He's like boom, out of the woodwork. Trumpet Media Group with like 7 apps and like copies of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and just like you can say whatever you want. Like elves, JFK used to hire elves to fuck like Jackie, and he'd like tape it and watch, and like everyone would just like get off together, and then like General McNamara would come in the room, and sometimes you'd be like, that's interesting, and then leave, and people are like, God, why does he have to ruin it for everyone? I don't know, something. I don't know. You do something like that. You say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Be nice. Would be nice. Hint at running.
With your help, we will take back the House. We will win the Senate. And then a Republican president will make a triumphant return to the White House. And I wonder who that will be. I wonder who that will be.
It'd be funny if he decided, he's just thought about it. Like, what if he's like, look himself in the mirror. Well, what if I haven't done his voice in a while? I'm gonna divorce Melania. Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna say that me. I can't do it. I've lost it. It's only been a couple months. he divorces Melania, makes some other politician marry her, so she becomes first lady, as he hinted at in 2024. And he's like, I told you, her, see, she's gonna be the guy. I tell you the truth and I get it done. Oh my God, I'm doing who is that? Who am I doing? I'm doing Bernie Sanders is Trump. What am I? I'm all wires are crossed. I'm sorry. Maybe there's some like mental problem, like brain cell issues with this thing. I don't know. Man, let me talk about this. Things are starting to come back to normal. Governor Abbott says doors are open as of Wednesday. No more masks are necessary. Though I have talked to some businesses who are like, we don't care. We're no mask all the way. Because they're worried they're going to alienate someone. But I really actually believe that no one really wants to wear a mask. The majority of people. And no one's like, you're not wearing a mask. We're not going to shop here. Come on, honey. Honey, you dropped your Glock. I don't think those people are going to yeah, but I don't know. I digress. It's a liberal place, very, very liberal compared to other parts of Texas. But California Teachers Unions United, California Teachers Union, California Teachers Union United Teachers of Los Angeles, slam Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom's plan to reopen as propagating structural racism. Los Angeles Unified is the second largest district in the United States. UTLA President Cicely Murat Cruz said in a news conference this past week, we are being unfairly targeted by people who are not experiencing this disease in the same way as students and families in our communities. Really? I mean, even if I fly to Cabo in a private jet, I'm still experiencing it. That's why I'm there, to get away from it. It's affecting me. If this were a rich person's disease, we would have seen a very different response. We would not have the high rates of infections and deaths. I don't like that insinuation. Rich person's disease. I don't think viruses have like classes or like pick size in terms of skin color or skin pigment. It's like saying like heroin's a poor person's disease. Tell that to Cersei Kennedy. Saying this is a very obnoxious way of separating responsibility or getting free paychecks. They're getting money not to work, not to teach right now. And so all you have to do is say, hey, we're afraid of the virus. Not race has nothing to do with it. But it's like a weird thing to say. It's a way of leveraging, putting pressure on Gavin, who's already under an enormous amount of pressure because he's destroyed his state during this pandemic. It's just they're in debt way over their heads, and then the money's coming in. No one's working. Businesses are shut down. The idea was using the federal government to push the funds into the states who were then pushing the rhetoric of fear and shutting things down. And Trump said no. I guess in this new bill, there's going to be a bailout to the states. It has to be. They run the Congress and the Senate. I haven't read the whole thing, but I digress. I think the stimulus checks are like spread out over months now. God, $200 per month. Is that what it is? I don't know. It's weird. Biden's so full of shit. And what's his deal? Like, I'm Joe Biden's husband. I'm Joe Biden's husband. How does he keep saying that? Those are multiple videos.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Joe Biden's husband, and I am Kamala's running mate. You all think I'm kidding, don't you? Good afternoon, everyone. As Lily already indicated, I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden.
Great job. God, Lily, how are you?
Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband.
What is he doing? It's like wrong. So how do you get elected, man? Like, come on, man. Hair legs. Like, how are you getting elected? How can anyone? You better not talk about this election being fraud, because this guy clearly is Mensa all the way. Rhodes Scholar, see it right there. I don't want to hear another thing. That fucking clown Trump. Come on. Trump, I shouldn't cuss. I'm trying to stop that. But like, when I take over the Late Show, I just can't cuss and I'm gonna get in trouble. Get on Stats and now Lauren's gonna kill me. I don't know. But I just don't get it. This reminds me of the San Diego Teachers Union. They were the California San Diego Teachers Union, something. They wanted to do away with grades, do away with punishing people for being late, and do away with punishing people for kids, teachers, not people, but this is how it implies. Like these things carry over to becoming an adult. Do away with no punishment for cheating. I reported on this, or what am I to you? I don't know. Is this a sex toy? Like meat on a stick? I do my Zoolander. How do you honestly call yourself a teacher and say, we're not going to punish students for the grades they get in my class, the standardized test scores they receive under my tutelage, and we're not going to punish them for cheating? Not going to punish kids for cheating or even showing up, like some sort of like other demerit for just not being there. It's a great way of like, hey, Cynthia, can I bring you in? The principal comes in. Cynthia's the teacher. Your classes, your students are really not doing well. A lot of people aren't doing well in this school, Mr. Belding. I know, because of racism, right? What? We say it's racism. You hear me? Say it's racist. It's a grade. We're not responsible for these fucking kids. Who's responsible? Their parole officers in 10 years. No, but like for real, that's not racist. When you're saying that, like you teach kids it's okay to cheat, lie, steal, not show up. What are you doing? You call it because your demographics in your school area are ethnically, predominantly like socioeconomically impoverished, but also more ethnic, and you're like, this is racist. What are you doing? If all the other schools don't do this, you're setting these kids up to fail. Why would you do this? Like, how would you make this a standard? Is it okay for you as a teacher to lie on your hours? Is it okay for you to give kids A's when they got F's? What about the kids who got A's? What's the balance? SAT scores don't matter, really? Okay, so who do you want to do your heart transplant? The guy that cheated on his MCATs and got an A, or the guy who actually got an A? Do you want just a Kaiser Permanente all of life? Oh, I see you Harvard Business School, Yale Law, and Enron. No, I can't fault you for that. That would be racist. Very, very, very smart at running like a hedge fund like that in the utility. It's good fraud. I like your ingenuity. All right, welcome aboard. Really, is that what we want? Like teach these kids some values. Take some responsibility as a teacher. If their parents aren't there, or if their father's passed away, if some mother died, you don't know what their dynamic is. You have to be there for them. And charter schools, charter schools in the Bronx are doing really well, and a bunch of Democrats came in and said they're awful. They're not good. There's an incident of a kid, I remember, it was a great story. His uniform wasn't pressed, it was dirty. He knew the father was like not there, died, was not in the picture. Took the kid home. Didn't even have him go to class. The teacher in the first period took the kid home, washed his clothes, pressed them. Single mother working. Brought him back to school. Yeah, yes, 100%. I had a teacher who like bicycled across country. He was an inner city teacher, and then he started teaching at private schools because, of course, that's where I went. Sorry. So I need small classes. I'm retarded. I can't pay attention. It's like 50 kids. I can't understand what happened. What class is this? What were they saying? That's what I needed. I need some small, tight classes with some, good-looking girls in Catholic school uniforms. What do you want me to do? It's okay to say that after the fact. Is that pedophilia-like? Like, it's like, they were hot then, but if I say it now, it's like, I don't like to think about them. Well, I don't know. No, I don't think about them. None of them slept with me, so fuck those bitches. No, but it's just I don't know. We're not supposed to be a lighthearted show. I shouldn't get into it too much, but it's a little so late. It's so annoying doing the show at this hour. It's so weird. I'm gonna be up all night editing. Not editing, I put in those little pictures, but that's the way the cookie crumbles because I decided that a teleprompter was a great idea for the opening bit where I talk about the fart Calvin Klein underwear thing, and that backfired by propping up, because this is the thing, like, how do you read something where you look like you're at camera And I'm like, well, it's right behind camera, and then it's running down this just like they do in like a studio set. Okay, so use your computer for that. Okay, marvelous. I used Cat Treehouse. It fell still. Yeah, it's brutal. I remember like looking at some of the side, like it's like Calvin Klein. I'm like, who are you looking at? And I look back, I'm like, oh my god, how are we gonna get this lie level? I hope it looks okay. But Lady Gaga, Ryan Fisher. Ryan Finley's quarterback. Come on, can I pull it? USC, Ryan Finley, USC quarterback for the Bengals, backup to Baker Mayfield, came in this year after the injury, didn't do too hot, not a great arm, and I digress. Ryan Fisher. Shot 3 times, walking Koji and Gustav, who have been returned, thank God, with a $500,000 bounty. I only hope it was an inside job, not a lot to do as a personal assistant when everyone shut down. Can't imagine, tours going on, not much, maybe need to make some extra money. Maybe she's been just like, anyone ever sold my dogs, I'd pay them $1 million to bring them back. Bank, bruh. And then he talks to his friend and he just shoot me. It's like in the scream, like, all right, man, give it to me. And he stabs him. He's like, oh, all right, do it again, come on. Oh. Matthew Willard, I think I'm dying, man. It was great movie. But if it's an inside job, it's like, it turns out to be 500,000. You're like, bro, she said $1 million though. Like, that sucks. I got shot in the clavicle. He's like, yeah, like California guy, like, this is gonna affect surfing season, man. Like the thing on the SNL, like the Californians, like, I got shot 3 times. I need an ambulance, please, 3 times. Help me. I have Koji and Gustav. They're like, oh man, I'm bleeding out. Which way are you coming? You want to take the 101 to the, like, I don't know. I love that skit though. Don't practice my California. Marina Del Rey. I think what's his name? Portlandia. Oh, cancel off. He does a really good one. It's really pronounced. And then I also like Kristen. I know, I see her in my face, so all I can think of is Kristen Bell, and I can't think. Kirsten Wiig. She's so good at it. Oh, so good. But yeah, I hope it wasn't. You don't want to shoot at dogs for the sake of money. They could have been hit. A neighbor could have been hit a dog. I really feel like it's an inside job. I just do. Like the way people go to rehab for to pump up a movie, like people get arrested as celebrities just to sell. Like, why not this? People are crazy. They're willing to do, they're willing to do anything. Imagine if she didn't match the $500K, or she doesn't have an insurance policy out against the dogs. She agreed to offer some sort of, Ryan Fisher might have a beach house right now because of this. Who knows? She seems like a nice person. A little bit of a stalker and a weirdo with Bradley Cooper. I could tell they hated each other. It's just like, all right, listen, it was a movie. I'm not into you. I date, I'm gay, but I date, supermodels as my beard. It doesn't fit. I don't like your cleanliness. It was a fucking movie. Get over it, okay? I don't know. She's not I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure he's gay. I think it doesn't matter, but I think he is. And then he's the transaction is $10 million contract with supermodel. Agree to get you pregnant. Take pictures. We split that revenue 50-50 down the middle. Picture money. And I get some of my $10 million back. I paid you in cash up front. I get the baby. The baby will turn out to be good looking. And win-win. Win-win. It's weird. Autobiographical anthropologist. I went to the fridge to get a beer. Why? Sorry. Thought it came in my head. The reporter that was killed, Khashoggi, a Saudi reporter was killed at the Saudi embassy in Istanbul in October 2018. Our intelligence services determined that Prince Salman, Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, did in fact say the go-ahead to kill the guy who was outspoken against the against the Saudi prince, who managed to consolidate power by just like throwing all his uncles and aunts or whatever, and not aunts, and women don't get anything there. It's like, clean my shoes. But in locking them in like the Ritz-Carlton there and saying, hey, you give. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Inshallah. Just, just the stuff. I can do a different accent for it. Like, this doesn't make sense, so it's not some racist or like anti-Muslim. So what I want you to do, alright? What I want you to do is sign this piece of paper. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to get your 47 virgins, whatever it is. Maybe boys, girls. We don't know, but 47. I get your oil fields. I get your palace there. I get your 7 businesses. You get to keep the Russian girlfriend and the Maybach. I get to have the Bugatti. Is that fair? Right, lovely. Something like that. I'm gonna plug in. Make it work. But yeah, so the reason. The reason why that's interesting is Biden says, I'm not going to punish this guy. What can I do? You can't do anything. But Mickey Rourke mentioned this on his thing. He's like, I can't believe this guy's giving away. I would do something like, oh man, this is wrong, something like, what is this guy going to do? Saudi Arabia buys 500 to Saudi Arabia buys like 500 billion to a trillion. They currently own of our cheap treasury bills, treasury bonds, like the loans to the United States, so to speak. The oil control, the massive relationships we've had since Henry Kissinger created this strange relationship. Not strange, but definitely profitable. But I also helped Israel, I will say, because I think if we were not friends with Saudi Arabia, they'd be the first country to wipe Israel off the map. I think that's, just talk to people about that. It might be completely unsubstantiated. And Kissinger created this thing like, we'll buy your oil, you buy our T-bills, and we'll keep saying we're going to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, ha 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 ha. But really, we're buying from you guys, okay? All right, you just stay safe now. All right, good deal. Anastasia have a sister. Celebrities stick what they're good at, plastic surgery and cocaine. And pedophilia. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. Too soon. Oh no. So this is weird. The picture that I took is too big. So every time I go like, okay. Scott Disick is now dating. He's moved on to Kardashians. He's moved on, allegedly. He's now dating Amelia Gray, who looks just like a Kardashian, just like Khloe, I don't know, Janet, Kardashian, whatever Kardashian he was dating. Just like, they all look the same. Same plastic surgery bullshit. Same like, all right, the basis version. We take Angelina Jolie's lips, your skin stays blonde forever, okay? Tits, right here. You turn left, they're right there. Stay straight. And then draw the cheekbone. What else? Oh, the butt. No, like balloon. In case you fall out of the plane, you fine. Just land on your ass. Good. Bounce, like I don't know, like cartoon. Good. All right. $25,000 USD. You Bitcoin it to me. Dollar now. Oh shit. Ha 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 ha. Funny, they pay the American welfare dollar. Stupid. Ha ha ha. I don't know who that is, but this is the doctor. I don't know what accent that is, as I don't know what an accent anything I do is. That's great. But the men around that family, they cannot escape. They can't escape. It's like you break up with this girl, you have a child, you move on. But you don't. You date someone who looks just like them. You either date clones or you become one of them. You assimilate. It's like, I don't know. It's like maybe Bruce was like wanted to get out of there. Like this girl named Ashley, I really like. She's blonde. No, you will date. I don't know, like Amal Clooney or something. We're gonna make her like, as a base, and we're gonna make her look more like us. Once we get her into Dr. Khrushchev's office, and he's at her way with her big ass. It's gonna be fantastic. But you're not gonna date that blonde. You're not gonna do that to us. You're not gonna do that. Well, I'm going to, or else 5 weeks later. Hi, I'm Caitlin. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I just, dude, like, you got like a problem, man. Like, it's like, this looks just like him. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know. I think it's weird. It's strange. It's also weird they all date like similar guys. Like, Scott's like the unusual guy. Like, they don't normally date Scots, like short little white guys. Maybe that's why he's divorced. It's like, imagine like him, like every time he meets like whatever. I don't know which one he dated, Chloe. I don't know, but whoever she's dating now is definitely way taller than him, way more masculine, with the muscles, and a lot better at basketball. I'll just say that. And it's just like, hey, bro, it's good to see you. Yeah, no, sorry. He's just like, hey, I'm Scott.
Oh yeah. Hey Scott, nice to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you. Oh man, so good to be in the house, my old house. Where's my... You liking my bed? Ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah. Overtime.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's just a weird hour for me. You know that thing like old people get? What is that thing like sundowner syndrome? Like, I feel like weird. This is not normal to talk to camera like this. I feel like I'm schizo right now talking to camera like this. Don't know what's happening. Feel a little insecure. This light right in my face. I'm trying something new. So like this hour. High-ranking Nike official Ann Herbert. Is that her name? Ann Herbert. Like, I'm scanning. Yeah, sounds about right. She had to quit. She didn't have to. I think she was probably forced. Her son has like a authorized reselling program thing with, you know, like any store with Nike, and he used her credit card to buy a bunch of $135,000 worth of sneakers. $135,000 worth of sneakers. His profit margin was only, carry the one, less than 20%. Like, he made like 20 grand, and you know, that's really awesome. It's amazing you have to buy that many sneakers to make 20 grand in profit, but that, you know, economies of scale, I don't know, no, this makes sense. You want 10% operating margin. But anyway, net margin, operating margin higher. The problem was a reporter wanted to prove that, like, he was legit in business and not like a scammer. And he showed a receipt and had his mom's name on it, and the report went back to Nike. She's already, Anne, the mother, has disclosed that her son does this, but I guess it made it look bad, like, you know, elitism. I don't know, like, just like, you know, people are aware, yes, you're a woman, you're an executive, but we don't need to know talk about the money that you make, we pay you. You know, it makes us look bad. You know, we have sweatshops from Africa. People will juxtapose this with, you know, some black kid making some shoes that your son bought with your credit card. I didn't even know this. 105. That's pretty awesome. Get to a position in life where you're a woman, you're an executive, very pro, like, you know, woman, everything. It's like great story, and then you're fired because your little bratty son buys $105,000 worth of sneakers, and you get in trouble because it looks bad publicly. I'm just like, you know what looks bad? You firing a woman. She should probably play that card. But I think she probably got a nice little severance or something like that, and she'll probably move laterally, or maybe they'll rehire her at some point. But man, prodigal sons. What are you gonna do with them? Second chances. How about some thirds? Give me a third. Why does Joe Biden constantly say, "Hi, I'm Joe Biden's husband"? Is that what the teleprompter's saying? Because if he's reading it and that's not what it says, I'm lost. Like, I don't know how to have a normal conversation with someone and, like, just be like, "Hi, I'm Joe Biden's husband," or "Hi, I'm BenBen's husband." I don't know where the fuck that would come from. It's got to be like a prompt in the teleprompter that's throwing him off. Like, "Hi, I'm Joe." He's used to the teleprompter, so every time he uses the teleprompter, goes down more often than not because he's, you know, big time now. That he's so used to saying something about Jill from when he wasn't president to kind of like keep him from having to say anything. So he just introduced her. She'd do all the talking, and he'd, you know, play his, I don't know, whatever he does, Quidditch or whatever, and just like, I don't know, solitaire, and just like stare off into the distance and drool. I don't know. It's just very like, this is the guy that won. We're not allowed to talk about the election, you know, stuff like fraud or any hypothetical of that on social media at all. But this guy just kicked Trump's butt all the way up and down. Largest turnout ever. This guy. Now, I don't... Hairy legs. A rapist. I feel like it's just like, Trans Ams are equal to hockey players. It's just... Jenga. Jihad. I just don't I don't know, man. It's weird. You see that Tom Cruise deep fake? So good. The guy that does it is a great Tom Cruise. I think I have a good Tom Cruise, decent Tom Cruise face. Hold on, can't find my. Oh, there's some glasses. No, they're the glasses, but just maybe not tonight with the lighting, but I think I have a good Tom Cruise. This guy looks like Tom Cruise already, and then he did the deep fake, or someone did it for him, and he kept acting it. It was this is unnerving, really, really unnerving. It's gonna make faking shit and not having just do if you do a press conference and the press aren't allowed in, you could just do this, have someone else do it. If a president wanted to be if someone a third power, an independent elite wanted to kill a president and make him seem like he's still alive, pretty easy now. Maybe if you have the media involved, are they going to be in on it? I don't know. Give them all tenure, $10 million bonus. We write our own money. 65% of all the cash in circulation has been printed off in the last 10 months of this COVID thing. Wow, it's just reality. It's shocking that inflation hasn't occurred yet. I think it has something to do with the stimulus checks being deferred. I really believe they do that on purpose to avoid inflation. The debt crisis is about to hit. The market going down today. You see that? Oh, I crushed it. I've been told you've been net short, right? Yeah. What does net short mean? Well, gross leverage, for example, doesn't include the divergence between shorts and long positions. So your net position is what amount or the assets under management, net asset value, is tilted toward long or short. And I decided to go short because market's been crazy. And I'm not going to tell you what percentage of my portfolio is short, but I will say that it feels pretty good to tell my friend today. Again, people don't know about markets. They're how did you make money today? The market's down. I'm like, I know. It's just funny that people don't get you can go both ways. Yeah, it's great. Caitlyn Jenner, best of both worlds. But she likes girls still. So if it'd be a girl that's really into dick and likes tits in that best of both worlds scenario, from her perspective. Let's keep going. If you had my love and I gave you all my trust. Did that come from me? Oh, cephalopod passes test, cognitive test designed for human children. The marshmallow test. It's a straightforward test regarding, let's follow this to get my bearings straight because I know this story pretty well now. Sorry. This is the computer, it's not me. Yeah. Delayed gratification. You have some krill and shrimp, and the krill is not ideal. So you have this test where it's okay, krill, but there's another slot that opens, and 10 to 20 minutes. If you don't take the krill, you get the shrimp. They started doing that. And then they started saying, well, why did they made the test even more complicated. Because it was difficult to determine whether this change in foraging behavior is a response to prey availability, which also has been governed by an ability to exert self-control. So they designed another test for 6 common cuttlefish. The cuttlefish were placed in a special tank with 2 enclosed chambers that had transparent doors so the animals could see inside. This is cool, where the snacks were. So they had the less preferred raw king prawn, it said krill before, whatever, and much more enticing grass shrimp in the other. Oh, grass shrimp, that's divine. The doors also had symbols on them. This is crazy. Read now. It was Meg or Steve Alton, great book. But no, Deep Blue Sea is more common to you, cinephiles. Great. It's sharks can't swim backwards. No, let me mix two movies. Like, we can make it if we run. No, we can't. Why? Because we're being hunted. Oh my god. It's alright. In the water that he holds ahead. I got her. He doesn't. Clever girl. This is like Jaws. I don't know. Let's mix Jurassic Park and Meg and like the sharks, the dinosaurs. They are like dinosaurs. The more you know. They're like hundreds of years old. It's kind of cool. It was also awesome that we, to study and really exhibit, we had that shark that was like 1,000 years old. We took it out of the water, put it in a tank, and it died instantly. And hey, at least everyone saw it at the aquarium that day. People were so vile. Anyway, what's the difference between that and like talking about like sexual abuse of a child on Pharaoh versus Allen? Like this, like, hey, let's just put this in a tank and show it to people. It sells. Slow period, right? No one's making enough movies or cinema, and there's not enough shows being pushed because of COVID. Child abuse, that sells. Let's roll with that. I'm not saying anything, HBO. I'd love to have a deal with you in the future. Please buy my shit. I'm all over. I get like placed in like screenwriting contests, and boom, where's it go? Nowhere. I really like your shit, but where's the option, mofo? Or the option, you never hear from them again. Anyway, yeah, so what did I was saying? Okay, yeah, knew the stacks. Okay, the doors also had symbols, right? The reading. They can read now. Trained to recognize. A circle meant the door would open straight away. A triangle meant the door would open after a time interval between 10 and 130 seconds. And a square where used only the control condition meant the door stayed closed indefinitely. In a test, the prawn was placed behind the door. This is a lot of reading. Can I like extrapolate this? Oh my goodness. The prawn was placed behind the door when the live shrimp was, I can't read it faster and you don't understand what I'm saying. If the cuttlefish went for the prawn, the shrimp was immediately removed. Meanwhile, in the control group, the shrimp remained inaccessible behind the square symbol door that wouldn't open. The researchers found that all the cuttlefish in the test decided to wait for the preferred fish, but did not bother to do so in the control group where they couldn't access it. Cuttlefish in the present study were able to wait for the better reward and tolerate delays up to 130 seconds, which is comparable to what we see in a large brain vertebrae such as Joe Biden. The other part of the experiment was to test how good the 6 cuttlefish were at learning. They were shown 2 different visual cues, a gray square and a white square. I think this is what I thought was cool. When they approached one, the other would be removed from the tank. If they made the correct choice, they would be rewarded with a snack. Once they had learned to associate a square with a reward, the researchers switched them. Changed the vocabulary definitions, i.e. progressives and woke culture, so that the other square, racism, what does that mean? It means white, power white people. No, it doesn't. So that the other square now became the reward cue. Interestingly, the cuttlefish that learned to adapt to this change the quickest were also the cuttlefish that were able to wait longer for the shrimp reward. That seems like cuttlefish can exert self-control, all right, but what's not clear is why. The theory they think is like some internal genetic passing down of avoidance of prey, like waiting for like patients to come out at different times and long waiting periods to avoid being eaten. That's what their theory is as to why they have this ability, which kind of like waters it down. Maybe they're just smarter than Joe Biden. That's all. All right, are we here? Are we at Chris Delia? I think we are. Chris Delia, okay? Recently, came out for the first. They timed this shit. It's like, wait for him to come out. Wait for him to come out from his hiding place. We got something so juicy. So juicy. Chris, we're gonna get you so hard, yeah. I haven't talked to you guys in like 10 months. Just want to say, I stand by. All my relationships were consensual. I've missed you guys. I've cheated on my wife. I'm getting help. I'm a sex addict. All right. I'm sorry. Thank you. Bye. 2 days later, boom. Chris Delia accused of soliciting child pornography from a 17-year-old girl. Deadline article. Boom. All this stuff. Push it dead. Sent pictures on Instagram. They had sex. Oh my God. It's awful. She's a pedophile now. Boom. Except one thing. This happened in Connecticut, where she was 17, the legal age of consent. Say what you will about the age. Yeah, he was well aware of her age. Sure. And text messages. It's legal. That's it. Deadline had an article talking all about this. They mentioned the 17 in small little tiny print, but talking mainly about all the awful things about pedophilia and what this could mean for his career and the allegations, the lawsuits, blah, blah, blah. Fine print. Legal age of consent in Connecticut is 17. So it's not a story. It's like someone was, again, the Ronan Farrow thing. I'm going to study this guy. Nat Lauer has the button under his desk. You don't realize that he has IBS. He presses the button because he farts uncontrollably. People laugh at him, but he just used that, manipulated it, and saying that he does this so he can rape people quickly without having to get up because he loses his boner. So all the blood will go to his legs, and then he can't go anywhere because he has a weak dick or something. I don't know, some vascular thing. It's genetic. But it's the same thing. It's I do all this work on the story. I found out this girl, but oh my god, it's so good, so good, it's good. You get 2 weeks of work, and then boom. The legal age of consent in Connecticut, 17. She's 17. Font 6. No, 4, 3, 2. They can't see that. It's good. All right. It's good. It's what it is. It's gross, man. It's gross. They're just selling the idea of a 17-year-old being inappropriate, not what's legal. This is vile. I think Chris D'Elia's stand-up is not nearly as good as his ability just to talk and tell stories on his podcast. That could easily change. He likes to not be this punchline guy. He already says that. I dig it. I like his podcast. It's very rich, straightforward, real. After he gets through the advertisements, come on. Cash App. I use the Cash App all the time. Whenever I don't have cash and I need to buy cocaine from my drug dealer, I just send something to the Cash App to my dealer saying rent money. Cash App. After that, which is effectual, it's very nice. And this guy's been away forever. Now they're punishing him again. They wait right till he comes out of 10 months without saying a damn thing. I don't know. It's just come on, give him a break. Give him a break. It's crazy. This is ridiculous. Don't give him a break. Just tell the truth. But it doesn't matter. It's we're slow news season. Biden's giving us, let's just get this. Come on, this sex. Oh, Ronan Farrow, let's push child pornography stuff. Oh, Chris D'Elia, this lawsuit, perfect. The facts don't matter. The legality doesn't matter. Let's just frame it. 17's really young. Of course it's sexually inappropriate, and of course it's illegal. Look at him. He looks so hairy and definitely does something Jodie Foster coming up to the door. It's I don't know, Mr. What was the Gib? She's a great big fat person. It's just come on. It's gross, man. Taking this picture of him, dude, it's hilarious. Snapchat that doesn't. You can screenshot that. Shit. That's what he looks like. I should be in jail, but he shouldn't be. He cheated on his wife, apologized publicly. It's not really the forum for it. He didn't do anything wrong. He might cheat. I don't think his viewers care about that. I don't think it was necessary for a public apology. I don't think his career should lose money for cheating. Cheating? It's weird. If one of his sponsors was Accenture, I don't know, if he was Tiger Woods, sure, but come, this is crazy. Just what's the point? What's the point? Being a celebrity, It's also the weird thing they're doing is they're taking legal adults that might be young that are saying I want to fuck you and saying who came out first, all this Amy Schumer and what's her name, Whitney Cummings. This is disgusting. They're taking advantage of fans that just want to watch your comedy. No, they were texting him I want to suck your dick and eat at your ass before the concerts or afterwards. Can I come to your room? He's what do you think, Aunt Jemima? Should I do it? She's young, but I could teach her a few things. Help another man down the road. Okay. Love you too. I don't know. That's. Oh, yeah. Last thing I want to leave you with. It was supposed to be Chris D'Elia, but I want to say, people that you knew for a long time with hair that don't have hair anymore. It's like you have. It's like a double take every time. It's Nat, come here, Nat. Huh? Is Is that him? Or like when they were like, I like to introduce you to my wife. Like, do I know you? Oh, I do. Okay, yeah, he's no hair anymore. Hi, what's your Sarah? Oh, that's fantastic. Sarah. Did she? Oh my God, Patreon, Aunt Jemima donation still going on, or membership, please, do it, go for it. Yes, hit the like button below, subscribe, grow this puppy. Yes. What am I wearing today? Charvet tie, bespoke suit from Sills, bought this in Paris. Shirts, Borelli, in case you wanted to know. I like the widespread collar. Borelli, again, wrinkles really easily, but yeah, I don't know, shirts are awful. All right, talk to you later, bye.